Mr. Caceres, you are in front of us now because you have a fugitive case. You are wanted out of state of Connecticut for sexual assault. And he is already waived.
Yes, Judge.
And where are we at now?
So, Judge, this was originally set today, but on Friday, on a notification from the demanding jurisdiction, they requested an extension from today to the 3rd. They didn't receive notice, which I don't believe this was addressed on Friday, but they've since corrected the issue with the original fax number not reaching the detective's desk for extradition. And so they've now corrected it where this won't happen again.
So are you saying that Harris County did not fax Connecticut?
No, they did fax Connecticut, but the fax numbers that they sent it to is it has to go through, I can't remember if the name is inspector or adjuster, but there is a figurehead that has to flow through before it reaches the detective's desk, the actual extradition detective. And so on the 3rd attempt, when there was no response, is our sheriff's office reached out to their sheriff's office and finally got someone on the phone. When they were notified that same day, within, I would assume, a couple of hours, because it was still the morning, the detective immediately called Amy, who then notified me, and I talked to the detective within hours of being notified. And from then, they asked an extension to the 3rd to pick him up. For this offense, they have been investigating since 2021, and the warrant issued in 2022 is that they've been pursuing this defendant for quite a long time. And again, this was learned after our approach. I'm speaking with the detective, is that they weren't aware, they had a possible suspicion he might be in Texas, but they weren't even aware he was here. But due to the severity, the nature of the offense, where, to recap Friday, is that this was closer to a burglary or habitation first degree, where sexual assault was committed after forcing himself into the home of someone that he knew. This was not from what they allege, it's not a dating relationship, but someone he's familiar with, is that because of the severity of the offense and the fact that the warrant is so old, is that the detectives believe they are not confident that he will self-surrender. And because they've already confirmed, and they sent another confirmation email this morning that they are able to secure and pick him up this Friday, is that we request no bond for this offense and the extension.
If I may.
All right, folks, buckle up, because today's courtroom drama dives straight into one of the trickiest areas of criminal law, fugitive extradition. We're not here to decide guilt or innocence. That's Connecticut's job. What this Texas court has to figure out is simple but explosive. Should this man be held, or should he be granted bond while waiting to be picked up? Sounds straightforward? Think again. The stakes couldn't be higher. The defendant is wanted for sexual assault tied to a burglary, a charge so serious that prosecutors are adamant. No bond, no release, no chances. But here's the twist. The defense argues that none of that severity matters because legally, he's still presumed innocent. Add in a clerical error with a botched fax machine, and suddenly the whole case hangs on paperwork delays. Now, here's my question for you. If someone is accused of something this serious, but the paperwork wasn't filed right, do you let them walk on a technicality? Or do you side with the judge, who's laser-focused on public safety over red tape? Keep watching, because this one's about to get heated.
32 says they have 14 days. It is ordered for the sheriff to hold him for no more than 14 days of the date this was signed. This is the actual order signed by the court. This is what he agreed to. Signed by him, signed by you, the judge. And so this is the agreement. The fact that somebody didn't send a fax to the correct number, that's not, it doesn't say, but if we send the fax to the wrong number, you get to hold them for 3 extra days. This says 14 days. This is what he signed up for. This is what's ordered. This is what I say should stand, and this is what I say should allow him to get out today. If they didn't do their due diligence for this, it's not on my client. He signed up for this.
So let me explain to you how things work, Mr. Caceres, is that the 14 days is a courtesy. Statutorily, by statute, we can hold you for 30 days. Normally, and it has become custom that we do 14 days because of the overcrowding that we have in Harris County. We have so many people in custody, 8,000, 9,000, up to 10,000 people at any given time in and out of our jails. And because of that, as a courtesy, we do 14 days. Now, many times I grant extensions, I don't grant extensions. A lot of times there are several factors that is determinant of whether I grant an extension or not. One of the things are, has there ever been an extension before? Number two, the nature of the charge. Number three, have you ever had a fugitive case before? And so these are things that I look at as to whether to grant an extension or not.
Your Honor, may I please speak?
Well, I don't know. You may want to talk to your lawyer. The thing is this, look, I don't want you to talk about the original case, okay? Because the thing is that I live stream these proceedings, right? And so I don't want you to say something that you put your foot into your mouth, because here, the only thing that we're discussing is whether I should set a bond for you to get out, for you to go turn yourself in. That warrant, even if I let you out today, that warrant will eternally be there, and it'll always be out there until you go turn yourself in. The only thing we're discussing now is whether I should set a bond to let you go turn yourself in. And I don't know, because are you a flight risk? I don't know. The only thing I know is that you're charged with a very serious case. It's sexual assault. And so to me, the protection of my community is paramount, number one. Number two, the other question I have is, if we let you out, are you going to go turn yourself in? Everyone tells me that they're going to go
I
do
have
that.
my family sitting in court, and they are the one supporting me. And I know 100% they're going to support me to turn myself in. That's why they're still here, and I'm still the last one. And yes, I didn't know about the fugitive warrant that I had. And yes, I'm willing to turn myself in because I'm innocent.
You need to fight those charges regardless, because they're very serious charges. So Dave, what day did you say that they're going to come pick
It's
it up?
Friday, and I forgot to include, I know typically the court permits over objection for the 3 days, but considering the New Year's Eve is holiday, that's how I also included the.
So are they going to be here Thursday and we reset to Friday?
On Friday. And so that's why the discussion last Friday was having it on the 6th, but if they're not here by Friday morning, is that you would potentially grant a bond.
So this is what we had planned to do, was I was going to give them an extension until Friday morning, right? If they don't come by Friday in the morning, I'm giving you a PR bond.
Your Honor, I came to visit my family for the holidays. I wasn't able to enjoy that. I'm willing to turn myself in, but I would like to be with my family for the New Year's to start with a strong,
Concern is not, my concern, my only concern is I want you to get back to Connecticut.
and I will, but I need my family. I need to today, as the paper says, I signed for 14 days, and I would like to have a time with my family to look for the bond, to look for them to go forward with turning myself into Connecticut, but not like waiting for Friday.
Let me make one thing clear to you. This isn't about giving you a PR bond. If I were to set you a bond now, it's going to be something substantial, meaning a high bond into the 5 digits to ensure that you go back to Connecticut. This isn't about giving you a PR bond. If they fail to get you by Friday, I'm going to give you a PR bond, because they have fallen on their word twice, and I'm not going to do it. Now, if I were to set you a bond now, it's probably...
Boom, did you catch that? The judge just threw cold water on any idea of an easy release. In fugitive cases, there's no 10% bail bondsman deal. We're talking full payment, cash on the table, often in the tens of thousands. Why? Because the risk of flight is sky high. Think of it like the court saying, "You want freedom? Prove it with your wallet." Now, the defense insists their client will self-surrender, even pointing to his family in the courtroom as proof. But let's be real, judges hear that promise every single day. Would you trust someone facing decades in prison to keep their word? Or is the judge right to demand a massive financial guarantee before letting him anywhere near the outside world? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm curious if you'd risk community safety on a verbal promise.
Bonds at 50,000. I've set a bond at 100,000, depending on the nature, severity, how many criminal history. So this isn't about just letting you out now willy-nilly. No, I would set you a bond, and it's going to be a substantial bond because I have to know if I'm going to let you out, there's got to be enough blood in there that you're going to actually go back and not just try to flake out. Because if you take off and you don't come back, all that money's gone. So,
Okay, but the 14 days were exactly what I signed for.
remember, it is a courtesy. Statutorily, we can hold you here 30 days.
Okay.
Okay?
To address the legal part of it, if your client is stating that he is withdrawing the waiver after today, then at that point, if you're considering a refusal, then we'll start the governor's warrant process and we'll hold him to 90 days. So if that's what your client is requesting, just in terms of your argument, because you were stating 14 days, that's true. If you want to, at the end, then revoke it, then we'll request an extension to 90 days and get the governor's warrant. So.
Judge, my argument is what he signed, what the order states, and the documents filed in this case. This is what's filed in
I
every
get it.
single-
I understand that. But there's sometimes extenuating circumstances. Things happen.
Not faxing it to a certain person is not a good excuse, Judge. He's sitting there waiting 14 days just because somebody didn't do their job. That should not fall on him and cost him 5 extra days. That's 5 days this man is sitting in jail. 5 extra days just because somebody didn't send a fax to the correct person. This
Get it.
isn't the first time.
It's a courtesy.
I get it. Okay.
We can hold you 30 days. The 14 days, I don't have to give anyone 14 days. I can hold everyone 30 days if I wanted to. 14 is a courtesy. I've told you now that I'm going to give them until Friday. If they don't come here Friday morning, I'm letting you out. And now it's on them. And I don't care. I'm going to give you a free bond on Friday if they don't come pick you up. But if I'm going to set you a bond now, the first thing that's going to happen is you have to withdraw your waiver. All the 14 days that you've accrued so far goes out the window. You lose all the time that you've accrued. If you're unable to make the bond, you've lost all that time. Then they're going to get another, another couple weeks to come get you. So give it till Friday. If they're not here, then I'll give you a PR bond. If they come here by that time, then you get up and you go fight the charges in Connecticut. And now, when you get to Connecticut, you can also, ask for a bond there. They can set you a bond there. But, the money that you would spend here just to get out, it's probably, use that to hire yourself a great lawyer there. Because the thing is that here, it's just a little wait. That in Connecticut, that's what you really got to worry about. This is peanuts. You go there, lean on your family to get you the best lawyer you can get in Connecticut so you can fight that case. That's where the concern should lie.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Remember, when you get on that phone in the jail, every phone call is recorded. Be careful what you say. Be careful who you talk to. There's a lot of jailhouse lawyers over there. They're going to tell you this, they're going to tell you that. Listen to Ricardo. He's going to direct you the best. And then we'll reset this to Friday. If they don't come Friday, I'm giving them a PR bond, and I don't give them.
Right, I'm with you, but it was remember, because the holdover issue is that it has to be set.
We'll set it to Monday.
Right.
But
Otherwise, he's going to be brought up in.
you'll be here Friday, right? Okay, we'll look in the system if they've come get you Friday morning. If not, if they haven't come get you, we got to set a time.
What
time?
Actually, they emailed confirming. Let me see if I can get a time, because they have to send it to Central Records for the pickup. So I'll see if they're able to.
We brought you here today so that you could hear what's going on, because we wanted to keep you in the loop so you know what's going on.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, that's why we brought you here today, so you can hear, so you're in the know, because this is your case. You need to know what's happening.
Hopefully they'll respond soon. I just emailed the inspector over there. Inspector, so it is inspector. And so hopefully he'll get back to me soon. And then
You want, we can roll it to tomorrow. That way it gives you a little bit more time to get a concrete and firm
Well,
time.
I have the date, right? If it's just the time, I mean, I have no issue with rolling it just to check the time, but every day that rolls over, he still has to get brought up in the morning really early. So
what I want to do is I want to be able to commit them to a specific time on Friday. So I know I can start working on a PR bond because I'm not giving them until 5 PM Friday, you know? It's got to be in the morning and they got to come get you. And if they don't by 10:30, then at that point, I start working the PR bond for you.
Why don't we just set it for 10:30?
I mean, if I get a different time, then obviously I'll email you and I'll email court. And so
It's got to be something reasonable, morning-ish,
I think they indicated morning, but obviously until they confirm with our central records.
I want to know from them specifically so that they can say, oh man, you didn't tell us the time. And no.
Right. I think
I
I
want-
only had one first specific request for an
I want them
afternoon.
to commit so that they know if they're not here by that time, he's going bye-bye.
The only concern would be is if we don't do it by the time court is done with, we're
That's
not.
why I'm trying to commit them to a time before
Okay,
court
so
is
they can
done
Go after.
so that they can't,
Perfect.
it's on them.
That's
and
okay.
there's no one else that they can blame.
Okay. I'm on board. Yeah.
We can bring them back tomorrow if you want to do maybe, we're off Wednesday, right?
Yes, Judge.
Thursday, whatever you want, or we can email and then you can,
We could email and just, unless they wants to.
Well, I'm emailing the detective now because I emailed the inspector originally. I probably
they
should.
may not respond within,
Well, we could approach on it tomorrow.
Yeah,
off
of course.
docket. We don't need to bring Mr.
That's what I mean. Is
done.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing. We're going to pick a time Friday for them to come pick you up so that they are in agreement with. So if they don't come here by that time, you're giving a PR bond.
Thank you so much.
Okay? Okay, man.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
All right. You're on bond for a case with us and you've now picked up a new case. Your bond now gets revoked. He goes with you. No, sir. And we'll appoint him a lawyer today.
Relax your hands.
Thank you so much for coming. Are you Mr. Pearson's mom? Okay. So is he working? Tell me about him.
Yes, he's working on living. In a lot. He's in big trouble with me because I had him to do a voluntary recall on the sports car because he's not mature enough for it. He still goes,
They took the sports car.
I had him to do a voluntary recall.
Wow.
There's consequences when you don't abide.
You're my hero. Really. That's great. Mr. Pearson. She's great. You gotta listen.
Finished high school. I made sure I enrolled him in the College of Maine. I go to College of Maine. I just graduated last May, this past May in cybersecurity. I'm an IT.
Great.
So he knows the rules.
Okay. I'll give you guys a lawyer, whatever you need, you know.
I was gonna talk to you about what you can do for his first offense on this and get it over.
I can't. So let's do this. I'll provide you the lawyer. The lawyer can tell you how to move forward with dealing with the DAs, but I can't get involved at this point just because I can get in trouble for doing that. So let's do this. I need you guys, let me see if I have an application on file. If you don't mind, I need you to fill out an application for me. Once you're done, I'll give you guys a lawyer and then you guys can work on the situation. Do you see whether he has a license to drive or no?
He has one. He has one.
Okay.
He does have one, Judge.
Great. As long as you have insurance as well, then you can continue to drive. Just be careful how you drive.
He's in my old hoopty now.
Okay, great. Okay, guys, if you want to go with Stephen, he'll take care of you guys and we'll have you sign a reset. Thank you so much for coming, man. How are you, man?
Thank you. Belated birthday, I understand. What'd you turn, 41?
That's cute. It's like I have hair.
I know
Let me
you're
do the
real
same now.
busy, so I'm not going to take much of your time. We have two cases, Judge. Montoya Carrasco, first name Franklin. I just got appointed.
Are these in custody or on bond? Okay, so Carrasco,
To make it easy for you, he's got an immigration hold.
Okay, sorry, I was making out. Which one are we starting with?
Montoya.
Montoya.
That's the easier one.
Yes.
wait, we're talking about, okay, Montoya.
Cause number,
I got it. So it looks like she's got an ice hold, huh?
yes, Your Honor.
So whatever you want.
I need some time.
Of course.
I understand they told me 10,000.
However much time you need.
Okay, all righty.
Who's two?
This is this, wait, sorry, what was your question, Judge?
A little bit over a month.
No, you said you have a second person,
Yeah,
right?
second one, okay.
Who's the second one? I don't care, however much time.
Okay. The other one is a unusual case. It's the first case I've ever had in my life. Last name is Orellana Carranza.
We are going to reset that one.
Is that the one?
Yeah.
What's so unusual?
One of them is for, that one for bail hearing, Judge. I don't know if you got the paperwork.
No, not yet, but, so it looks like this gentleman also has an ice hold as well. So whatever you want, however much time you need, it's whatever you want.
Okay.
Just,
And I got 30 days for him, but
Okay, sure.
I needed a bail, lowered bail. The bail is 2,501. He has no criminal record. The harassment between you and I, he allegedly threatened the so-called supposedly owner of a dog, that he was going to kill the dog. First case I've had that. And I can understand the argument that they're trying to make that the dog.
so you tell me it's a
person's property.
harassment of a dog.
Yes, now unless the dog's gonna come in and
Judge.
testify.
Judge, it's a little, Judge, it's a
The
little.
harassment
Unless you
is
wanna do
based
PC
on
again.
him
Never a dull
threatening to
moment.
kill the
Yeah,
Yeah, I
dog.
mean,
So it's based on the felony of cruelty, animal cruelty.
but it's not animal cruelty in the sense because
He also,
it's not his dog.
Is
He
it
didn't
alleged?
mistreat the dog.
he also threatened to kill the complainant's grandmother and her boss. Like, there's more to it, Judge, than
Well,
just the dog.
If they did that, I'm certain that the prosecutor's office would file assault charges.
Well,
or
no, harassment.
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 Harassment is because of the dog.
Well, that may be the initial, like, let's say it's a dog that barking out of freaking control, like my neighbor's dog. It drives me up the freaking wall, right? But I don't go over there and I do
You
anything
say
about
it,
it.
so you don't want to admit it. Right here, but
Is that what happened here?
that's what they said.
Incessant barking?
We already added an eval for it. We're already gonna look at this case. We're gonna look into it.
What I want is that they dismiss it. First of all, they
Oh, I
don't show
see.
the ownership of the dog. They have to, by law, have to register the dog, they have to chip it. And I follow those rules, Judge. I never violate the law. I don't want to be coming in front of you and say, "Please, Judge, give me the bird, please. I won't do it again."
So, look,
Okay.
however much time you want, if you want to set it a week or 2 weeks, there's an ice hold, so there's really nothing that we
Yeah,
can,
and I'm waiting to bill here.
okay, whatever you want, Tony, you got it. Just- The only thing I'm gonna ask is if they are able to bond out, like they get an immigration bond,
Yeah, I'll let
please
you-
let them know they gotta come here so that we can do conditions so that they don't.
So are you saying you're willing to give him a PR bond?
Well, I don't know. Because if we do that now, they may get shipped off to immigration and that's gonna put like a 3-month halt on everything. It's up to you,
They're carrying
but be
judge.
careful what you wish for, as they say.
But
You know
Judge,
what?
and I have not
So-
asked for bail certain individuals, but I think maybe it's appropriate for him to at very least consider the PR bond or maybe $100 secure bond.
You tell me. But don't, take your time. You don't need to do it now. Just let me know.
Well, let's do $100. If push comes to shove, if he really wants to.
Well, here's the thing. So on this gentleman, on Oriana, he took off on us. So
No,
we
it
did
wasn't
give him,
Ariana. It was the other guy, Montoya. But he's been to immigration. He's already
Well,
been to immigration.
technically, yeah, he did take off for about
both
a
of them
month and a
take
half.
off on us. And we
That's
got back in
because that's
custody.
because he had a pending case. He's been in custody.
There's an immigration
And
investigation.
the other guy.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Hit it,
it's Ariana, the older one, but we've got so many discovered to go. So I'll tell
Oh, okay.
Victoria. On the Oriana, if you would consider at least $100. He doesn't have a criminal record.
We're just
They
gonna,
charge him with what I think, I have 2 dogs, by the way.
Judge,
The next door dog keeps on barking. have
But it
refrained
looks
myself.
like we gave him a GOB and he took off. Right? He took off and then he got
I'm sure
rearrested.
The prosecutor will tell you that he was in another county, Fairfield County.
We're,
Let me
we're
do this.
looking, we're looking
Mine
at
is getting
that.
long.
I don't see any other charges or,
And he's been in immigration. They lifted
but
the
why was
hold.
he in immigration?
He wants $100 bond.
So, I mean, Judge, the state would be against reducing the bond just because.
If he,
it does seem like-
if he was given a GOB and he took off and we had to rearrest him and get him back, I'm not giving him a $100 bond.
They transferred him directly.
Show me and then I'll give you the $100 bond.
Would you allow us to just, I would like to look into this case, just his criminal history a little bit, because I don't know about Anata County, so.
I don't know. Do the research.
Either way, Judge, he does seem like he's a community risk.
Okay, you're talking about which one? Oriana?
Well, whoever you want.
Okay, Oriana's the one I want to bail.
Done.
The other guy, I waived for a
Gotcha.
lot of reasons.
Okay.
But Oriana, I gotta figure out whether he was transferred from immigration to here, because they lifted.
Look with Trey. Trey can tell you.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
May I be excused or?
Tony, always a pleasure.
He
You
showed
never
us,
volunteer. You tell me not to volunteer.
he showed us pictures of his dogs. They're very cute.
As long as they don't
But I got
incest